On average.
on an average?
Well, it'd be
It's,
20,000 or
I honestly would love to give you an answer, but it's completely across the board
Well,
because
it's
every
17,
person has a different
yeah.
amount of kids.
well, it's 17,000
And it's
For
divided
based
example, I
by.
play
You
57.
guys, it's based
on
on
a lot of different
age.
things.
Well, yeah,
you know,
but we can do the average.
you know.
So
Sharon, do you
it's
care what I say you pay?
No.
Sharon pays 170.
A month
57,
Or
170.
paycheck.
And so hers is gonna increase 25%?
Hers would actually be 29. It's all by
So do the math, so how much is that an increase in dollars?
poor
I'd
Sharon.
probably go up,
She gets to be
$50.
might go up more.
month.
Because now.
yes.
Taryn's turns is 21 now.
Yeah, they already
Do-
factored that in.
So that's going up $500.
600 a year.
600 a year.
Pre-tax savings, you might save 25% of that, 30%. So there's a lot of different variables.
35 minus 18 is what? That's 17?
That's old people.
We're still missing your whole.
Yeah.
So the current employees, so if I get this right, that's,
Well, I mean, what I hear
17,000
Greg saying
that
is
the
we're
employees are paying,
focused
right?
on the dollar amount,
so divide that by 11.
which I get, but Greg's trying to factor in
So the
that
average
as
employee
a
right now
company,
is
we
paying-
were promoting this healthier lifestyle.
And I understand as the company are trying to
Right.
promote the
Like
healthier.
1,500 or something.
I
like that,
also
right?
look at, because I was part of that decision back then.
Yeah.
I think we,
Okay, so it is
I
like
think we
1,500
tried,
about.
we sold it as that, we're trying to get, because it saved us, at the bottom line, yes, it was healthy choice, but it also, we're looking at it, it saves us 5, 6, 8% or whatever at the time, because if we didn't go to that, we were gonna have an increase of 11%.
But Terry, since then too, we've taken some pretty big hits in order to keep this concept too, so.
Mhm.
I mean, we had years where we had 12 and 15% increases.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because
you wanted to stick with
We
that.
wanted
So
to
you
stick
feel
with
like
this
why
concept.
bail on that now is kind of what I hear you saying.
right.
Okay.
I think it's a good thing. I mean, and it gets back to what you talked about before, and again, I don't care, because I don't have a dog in this fight at all, because I don't have the plan. But,
Okay.
if you go to the HMO, then you don't need to do the health plan anymore. I mean, you don't need to go to the fitness club anymore, 'cause
Right.
we're not trying to promote that.
Right.
But we could be still trying to promote healthy employees without, on our own type situation, and
Right.
say, we're still gonna give you the 400,
Right,
and
and
we're gonna
there's-
still promote that.
And there's ways to do that, and Steve and I have talked to people about how you do that, but it requires hiring a third party to administer it for you.
But I'm not so concerned with, I guess my question is to the employees. Yes, I'm looking at the two programs, but I'm also looking at, yeah, it's a savings if it's still, the benefits are still great for the choice. If you're in the choice, it's not so great if you're in the standard. But at the same time, our employees, are they willing to pay 25% more?
We'd have to ask them.
You know,
That's why I'm asking for the flexibility to,
which we don't know at this point, right?
we don't.
Because, so then, I'm saying is, okay, they might say, I don't want to pay 25% more, I'm comfortable with paying 11% more. And they might go, let's go to the
So we're okay
HMO.
with letting you exceed any line item budgets, but we're not gonna let you make a decision about insurance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
So, I mean, I don't have
This has greater policy.
either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess, I guess I'd like to feed, before I would say, here, I can go either way. I personally would like to have a feedback from, all of a sudden it
I
makes.
would like to sit down with the employees and say, these
Yeah.
are our two options.
Right.
The board would support either one.
I think
And if I
that's
can
fair.
get consensus on that, then I'll come to you in June and say,
And people feel
will
good about
will
it.
you approve this?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get
And the
to.
great
Well,
thing
why
about
don't you
it.
say that to begin with? We've been beating around.
And the great thing about
I'm
it-
fine with that.
When you come back to the
I
table.
want you to get there. I don't want to lead you. I want you to get there.
We're good with that, Greg.
That's-
We are
Okay.
good with that. We
I'm good
trust
with
you
that.
had that conversation.
Tama's
I am
good with that.
Oh, yeah.
Tina is.
Yeah, if you're gonna bring it to the employees, that's
Andrew.
different. I mean,
Thank
that
you for the
changes
inkling.
So if the because to me, the employees might go, I'm not doing 25%, I'll do 11%,
I
and I
understand.
see where the difference is.
Right.
I just had to get place all the facts out there on the table and I don't want any surprises. I don't want any surprises in June when I come with whatever.
Right,
That's why we're having this discussion.
okay.
Yeah, so I guess that.
Thank you.
Yeah, if the employees are getting a choice, and that's different. That's why I was concerned about, why are you asking them to enroll in something but they don't know what they're gonna pay? You know, and then you're telling them later, well, here's what we've chosen. I mean, that seemed backwards, but now I know if you're actually saying, hey, you can have one of these two.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense to me because, yeah, a blind enrollment just seems,
So I guess that's up to you, but I guess how are you gonna handle it with an employee? So
what
you
if
have
they
10
vote?
employees and 6 of them say,
Five
you know
or
what,
five.
I wanna go with the HMO. Is it gonna be democratic, you're gonna do that, or
Well, unfortunately, there will be the third dimension is maybe,
The final cost.
no, that'll always be a third dimension, but it'll be a function of whether the two people that we think might leave the plan actually, when it comes open enrollment time, say, yes, we're not gonna come back. And the other dimension is if the IBEW is adamant about one or the other. And I have no control over, I don't know where they're gonna be. So I'm just trying to find a way to get the middle of the road.
You're trying to find a way to build consensus with the employees and make everybody feel good about what's happening.
Yes.
Even though
And keep
in
our
some
costs
ways
down
it sort of
and
sucks because.
Keep with the plan that we had going, and I'm
Yeah.
just trying to get us there.
so when you present
Okay.
this to them, is there a way you can kind of bound the numbers? So rather than saying this is 25%, but it could change depending who enrolls, just
No,
say.
you cannot go to the table, back to Priority Health, and say, this is what you gave me, and we gotta keep you at it. That's not gonna happen. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I'm talking about
No.
when you present the two options to the employees, you can say,
right now,
rather
it
than
looks
saying
at
it's
it's
24.52, can you just say it's
I
gonna
could
be
give
somewhere
you-
between 20 and
Steve can give each
30%?
employee.
I can
what
give them their
their-
number.
What their pay is, what their
Okay.
raise is.
Oh,
Oh.
rock on,
Okay.
okay.
I already have
All
that.
right.
I think
Oh,
what
that's
we'll
better, yeah.
do is say,
Okay.
here are the two options. Here's what your increase would be per check with this plan. Here's what would be for this plan. Here are the qualifications that you need to meet to go to the choice benefits.
Okay.
Hey, maybe they're not that tricky.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like, hey, I can meet that. Paying the extra 13% is gonna save me a
Right,
ton more money.
Yeah.
Who cares about the extra $10 a
How much
month?
people use it?
Because I'm gonna save $10 on prescriptions a month,
Mhm.
or,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so if you can give it to that detail to them, then that's perfect. I guess then the issue is what happens if what if 10 people want to enroll and 5 want one and 5 want the other?
That's
We're
the,
gonna,
that's the downside.
we're gonna
Yeah.
leave it to you to present it in a way that helps build consensus.
Correct.
moving on. Manager's report, number E, employee volunteer policy.
Might as well try to go to.
We already talked
We
about
already did
that.
that.
Okay, from F, from food fight.
We're doing it.
Gee.
G, LLP recycling event.
It's coming up Friday, or it's coming up Saturday the 30th.
yes, yep, yay.
Payables.
If you wanna
In
see
They're in
your
your packet if you want to see them.
April's.
All right.
That's all I have, thank you.
Schedule of meetings are in your packet.
We're getting a little loony around here.
Yes.
Complaint register. There's no complaints registered.
This is the link to the meetings.
Yeah.
Next regular Lowell Light Board meeting, June 11th. Board comments.
Our only public bailed on us tonight.
I know.
For so long.
Our only one public.
Yeah, we have a singular.
Oh,
Do you have
board
any more
comments.
comments?
I have no comment.
No comment.
I just want to congratulate Dan Desjardins on his retirement. I'm sure he's looking forward to
Fishing and hunting.
Yeah, hanging around.
Going to Vegas.
He did have a reception today right before this meeting that many of us went to. I know from being a council member, he was awesome to work with. I mean, an old school guy with very forward-thinking mentality, so it was impressive what he could do, and hopefully we can replace him. And I also hope that DPW and Light and Power continue to work well together and improve that relationship.
And I'll just, a couple times I've stopped by the biodigester or the Lowell Energy Center, and they're working on the landscaping. It's shaping up, and I've made a point in my travels to stop by every once in a while and take a sniff and see what, because I've, you know.
So how do you know it wasn't Perry causing the odor?
Because of me, I know.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
And I have not been inside the building, but I have been around the outside, and I haven't gotten any big whiffs and anything unusual. And look forward to, we got some people out at the Lyman's Rodeo and the technical conference. Going to be receiving the top award for RP3. And Greg Pierce is doing a presentation along with Tom Russo at the conference. So,
Is someone going to tape it?
Rock on.
well,
I think
Or will the
I
release
think
be
it's
that?
taped.
Or at least the slides for it that we can put on our
I do have the
site?
slides.
Cool.
Next month, I'll give the
Yeah.
presentation. It's only 45 minutes.
and
That'd be less than this meeting.
Okay.
it's the painting thing, just, you know, I also think.
Greg's gonna be out tomorrow in
I'm
his
doing the
overalls.
painting it. I think it would be great. It's a little over the top, but even if you could get the school or whatever to do a mural on it or something,
Lowell Arts Project.
arts project or whatever. And with that,
I move that we adjourn.
Support.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're out of here.
Thank you all very
I
much.
think this is the
Thank you.
longest meeting.
I think the camera probably ran out of film.
Should we hear the real?
watch this whole thing?
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Oh, gotta do it over a whole
Have you heard
week.
from your insurance?
Half an hour.
I know.
No.
Okay.
That reminds me of that in school.